We're running out of time, Anub'arak. How far are we from the exit?
Not far. We have entered the Upper Kingdom. The exit should lead us to the base of the glacier itself. However, there are still hidden traps and pitfalls to account for.
Take cover!
Arthas!
The entire passage collapsed. There's no time to dig through this. I'll have to move quickly and find my own way out. Hopefully Anub'arak and the others survived. No one orders me around. At last. I'll be singed if I get too close to those flames. Finally. I'll need this gold for when I reach the glacier. Finally. More of the Nerubians' blasted mechanisms. I'll have to time this perfectly. Frostmourne hungers. At last. Finally. Finally.
Inventory
This is more
full.
like more gold. This might help us later. At last. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. This is more like it. At last. Frostmourne hungers. We're running out of time, Anub'arak. Finally. At last. I'll be singed if I get too close to those flames. This is more like it. I'll need this gold for when I reach the glacier. Finally. At last. More of the Nerubians' blasted mechanisms. I'll have to time this perfectly. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. At last. This is more like it.
Your pain shall be legendary.
Frostmourne hungers. More gold. This might help us later. Frostmourne hungers. Another quake? This is more like it. At last. Finally. Finally. At last. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. At last. Finally. This is more like it. Finally. Now, Frostmourne. Speak, fool. At last. Frostmourne hungers. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. At last. Finally. I must find a way across this strange obstacle. At last. Now, Frostmourne. Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers. Your pain shall be legendary. For the Lich King. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. At last.
Our forces are under attack.
Finally. Frostmourne hungers. I'll make sure you suffer. At last. Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. At last. This is more like it. Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Anub'arak, you made it.
I see now why the Lich King chose you as his champion, Death Knight. Few men could have survived this labyrinth alone.
At last. Faithless coward.
Another earthquake. We must hurry, Death Knight.
This is more like it. Something's breaking through. Defensive positions!
I serve only
What is
the
it now?
frozen throne.
This is more like it. At last. No one orders me around. Finally.
We'll see.
Speak, fool.
Speak.
Tread lightly. No one orders me around. Frostmourne hungers.
We're running out of time. We must find the exit. The time is now.
No one orders me.
They're blocking the way to the exit. We'll have to fight our way through them to reach it.
What is it now? Tread lightly. This is more like it. At last.
Make your choice.
Speak, fool. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Frostmourne hungers.
I have heard the summons.
No one orders me around. This is more like it. Finally. At last. This is more like it. At last. Finally.
Time is fleeting.
Speak, fool. No one orders me around.
My might cannot be matched.
What is it now? Tread lightly.
I serve
Tread
only
lightly.
the frozen throne.
Frostmourne hungers. Finally. At last.
Time is fleeting.
Speak, fool.
Inventory is full.
Frostmourne hungers.
Speak.
No one orders me around. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. At last.
My might cannot. Now quickly, head through that door. The exit to the surface lies just beyond.
It'll be good to see the sun again.
Remember, Illidan and the true battle still await us in the world above. Hopefully our trek through the Dark Earth bought us the precious time we needed.